We have an update on a fatal train accident in the Queen City. We're told the victim was a woman who skipped out on her sentencing for swiping purses at several local churches. News 4's Tricia Cruz is live at the Amtrak station in downtown Buffalo with the latest on this story. Tricia.
Miles, at the time of the accident along the tracks here, police knew two things about the victim. She was in her 30s and Native American. They now confirm her name is Sandra Abrams. Police tell News 4 the woman who was struck and killed by an Amtrak train yesterday afternoon is Sandra Abrams. The 37-year-old woman pleaded guilty to stealing purses from several Buffalo churches back in November. She was actually turned in by her own mother, who has the same name.
She has to take responsibility for this. It's a terrible thing she did. You know, it's heartbreaking that she would even think of doing that to somebody.
Sandra Abrams told News 4 back in November that her daughter suffered from a heroin addiction and that she would steal from relatives to support her habit. When police released these surveillance pictures after the church thefts, the elder Sandra Abrams called police as soon as she realized it was her daughter.
I just wanted her to get some help.
The younger Sandra Abrams was scheduled to be sentenced back in March, but she never showed up. A judge had already issued a bench warrant for her arrest when she left an inpatient drug treatment program. Now, 2 months later, her life was brought to a tragic end on these railroad tracks behind Rich Products. The train was heading to Toronto from New York City. After a 3-hour delay, the train and its 84 passengers continued on to Toronto. Coincidentally, the same train struck and killed a man at 12:40 in the morning shortly after arriving.
There was a passenger train that was reversing on the train tracks, the CN Gold Rail corridor near Dunn Avenue and the Gardner Expressway.
There are still many questions that need to be answered in this investigation. The fact that 2 people were struck and killed in less than 10 hours by the same conductor on an Amtrak train. We hope to have more coming up tonight at 10 and 11. Live in Buffalo, Tricia Cruz, News 4 at 6.